Morning all, and you can see we're in the polytunnel, and today I'm going to be potting up these cuttings that I took of some salvias, and I'm going to show you how I take cuttings of salvias and lavenders. So you can see I've got a variety of things, and what I usually do is start these cuttings off in modular little cells, and these are the failures, and waste not, want not here. So I will take all of these bits and put them in the composter, and I'm reusing the soil and potting mix, and I'm going to add some new, because I want them to have a head start, and this is just a universal potting mix, and I'm going to use this size and just chop it up. So this is a mixture of potting compost, sharp sand, and that is enough for these little guys. So I have got some cuttings that I took earlier, so some of them, like this one, didn't root, but a few of them have, and you can see it's a really nice little root system there, and it is simply a case of making a little hole, popping that in there. Let's just do that properly, and I want the top of the cell soil level to be at the same level, and a wee shake down and water it. So that's one done. Number two, and again, really nice root system there. Pop that in, hold on to the stem, and top that up with soil, and again water it. And third and final one, and there we have another one with a really nice root system. And what I'll do, take these two out. That's another one, great root system. And the final one, nice root system there. That's for the compost. And nothing is wasted. So that's 3 new little plants, and I'm going to show you how I take the cuttings now. So you can see here that I've got quite a nice bed that's full of colour. Drumstick alliums, these nice pink roses, there's a nice pink salvia, and then behind that there's a red salvia. So they're about €6 to buy an established plant, but I like to make these myself from cuttings, which means I can increase my stock, and it means I've got extra stock left over in case the winter is so hard that I lose them. So how easy is it to take these cuttings? Well, I take these normally anytime from the end of May when they start flowering until now, which is the end of June. And I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really simple. So keep watching. So end of June, and we've got the lavender flowering, and it's a brilliant attractor of all sorts of insects. So the bees like it, the butterflies like it, and there's a hummingbird hawk moth buzzing about as well. Now, these lavenders are 3-year-old and they make quite a nice hedge. But if you lose a few, I'm going to show you how you can propagate your own from cuttings, and then in a year you'll have plants that size that you can then fill the gaps with. And it saves you money, and it's extremely satisfying. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Two of the easiest plant species to propagate: lavender and the salvias. So what part of the lavender do you use? Well, you're looking for non-flowering shoots. So I want as thick as possible, so that's a nice one there. And I'll just take another. And these are about 3 or 4 inches long, and I'll show you how to prepare them in a minute. The salvia is slightly different. So I'm looking for non-flowering shoots. I can use one that's flowered already, and again I'm looking for a thickish stem about 3 to 4 inches long. There's another one there. That one is quite long, but it will do nicely, and I'm going to show you again how to prepare these. So here we are, back in the polytunnel. I'm going to start with the lavender. So what you want to do is carefully remove the lower leaves so that the stem's quite clean. And I like to just cut out the tip, and I'm left with the cutting like that. So, and then what I'll do is cut the bottom, so where the leaves comes out of, that is a node. And to increase the surface area for root production, I just cut it at a slant. So that one's ready to go. There we go, you can see the node there. Cut it at a slant, chop the top off, and that is another one ready to go. And you simply insert this to about a third of its depth into a prepared gritty seed compost. Now you can use what's it called? Hormone rooting powder. Old age is a terrible thing. Simply dampen the edge of the bottom of the cut area, dip it in, and then give it a little flick so that the excess hormone rooting powder comes off. So that's 2 of those ready. Salvia, I take out the flowering tip. That one's going to flower, so I'll take that off, and again, remove the lower leaves. I'll cut that there, and I take off the bigger leaves to reduce water loss, and that is the prepared cutting. Just tidy that up a wee bit, and I'm very careful not to touch the cut tip with my fingers because you have chemicals in your skin that disrupt root production. So that's ready to go in the soil. And the same with this one. Remove the lower leaves. Don't want water loss, take them off. And that's another one ready to be put into some potting compost. Now, I use these little cells because they're a small area and I can do lots of cuttings. You can also use a tiny little pot, same thing, or a slightly larger pot. Now, I think that's a waste of compost. This is too big, unless you're doing multiple cuttings, which is what I've done in this pot here. So these are now ready to be potted on singly. And it's that easy. So if you found the video useful, please hit like. Consider subscribing. It helps the channel to grow and spreads the information to other people who want to grow their own plants and be a wee bit more self-sufficient. Thanks for watching. So one of the questions people ask me is how long does it take? So this cutting that I've rooted and have now just today potted on, that took 4 weeks to root, and I've potted it into this little pot and I just keep it damp out of the hot sun, and it should turn into this kind of size of plant in another 4 to 6 weeks. And you can see this one's just about to flower, so it's not long at all.